Good morning, guys. I have a game here against NeoArin for my stream a couple weeks back or something like that. I didn't even know he played Ubers, so he gave me a pretty entertaining Ubers match. It was pretty short, but the thing is that I'm kind of doing a short game, a shorter one more than usual anyway. Just to test out that sound effect thing, a lot of you from the upload on Tuesday were like, try it out once, it can't hurt. Just want to let you guys know that this is by no way a permanent thing unless you guys actually enjoy just hearing me with the sound effects or with regular speed music and the sound effects backing them, because if I just speed up the raw file, then it's sped up music with sped up sound effects. So I don't know, just kind of nitpicking at this point. But we both brought Sun teams, and we both predict each other to start out with our own Groudons. But the thing is that I don't do that. Neither does he. He ends up getting the better end of the trade there, and that he leads off with the Reshiram. I decide to go into Ho-Oh to take that Fusion Flare, and I'm going to go for the Brave Bird as opposed to the Earthquake on the Switch, because I do recognize that two of his things are immune to Earthquake, and, going for Stab never really hurt anybody. Do a great chunk to Ho-Oh as I bring in my Groudon, max HP, max defense set, and I know should be able to take any of Ho-Oh's attacks pretty damn well. If he wanted to go for a Sacred Fire predicting the Switch, he could have. Or, I was kind of going to be like in during recovery so I could smack him with a Stone Edge. But he ends up killing himself off, so I'm like, you just did my job for me. I'm not even going to worry about that at all. He goes into his Reshiram right now, though. I don't want to take anything Sun boosted. I don't know if, he's got Blue Flare on this as well. I've seen Fusion Flare. I know that alone in the Sun is going to be a big threat. But he goes for the Solar Beam. Kind of makes sense why you'd have that on a Sun team. Still slightly unconventional move in Ubers, if you ask me. I mean, there's a lot of other things you could put in that slot over Solar Beam just to get yourself some better coverage, like 2 Dragon Stabs, stuff like that. Anyway, I go for the Brave Bird there, as I think he hits me with a Blue Flare here, and it actually doesn't kill me, which I'm a little surprised about. But I guess I seem to be underestimating Ho-Oh's Spec D-Bulk and, I guess Reshiram in general, maybe overestimating it, I don't know. But I take it with 9 as he sends in his Groudon. Just going to go ahead and Roost on the Switch, which I think he should have done versus my own. But the thing is here is that I recognize that Roost is illegal with Regenerator. I took this match before that PMP upload, so it's a fairly older one, or maybe I just haven't switched it, haven't used it, haven't switched it since then. But the point is that I have switched it since this game. So it actually does come back to bite me in the ass later, but I decided to Roost again, just get myself, closer to full. And I think he ends up going for the Fire Punch here out of lack of anything else to hit me. I don't know why he doesn't have the Stone Edge. I was kind of roosting there as well to see if he did have it. That way I would only take ×2 damage from it, and I know I'm faster. I try to finish him off right there with the Sacred Fire. End up missing it. That has a 5% chance to miss, ladies and gentlemen. Just my luck. Wouldn't you believe it? So, hits with another Fire Punch. I figure I might as well try to get back up to full. He actually predicts my Roost here and goes for the Earthquake, and this is where it bites me back in the ass big time, that I need to have recover over Roost because of this. 1, because it's illegal to have Roost with it, and 2, I wouldn't have been in this boat. I still would have had my Ho-Oh. Could have taken him out next turn with the Sacred Fire. But that kind of sucks. Looking at it, I don't think he's getting any lefties back. I don't know if he has any items on his pokes or what's going on. I know he's a fairly competent battler, but he can use some fairly unconventional items. I would have put lefties on Groudon, but hey, that's just me. Bringing my Mewtwo just to finish it off with an Ice Beam. I know he has a Giratina left as well, so if he wanted to go into that for whatever freak reason, would have caught that on the Switch too, just a safe kill. So I'm going around Groudon because I know the Shadow Sneak's coming. It's Giratina Origin Form. That's all they really do. That and like Earthquake or Dragon Claw, Shadow Force. It's an offensive one, so I don't really expect it to status or anything like that, so I'm pretty safe. He decides to switch out right now, knowing that I don't really understand what he was expecting, probably using it as a pivot switch of some sort, knowing that he couldn't really do much to me, just bringing a special attacker and try to deal with it from there. I don't think he was expecting the Thunder Wave, though, so I do catch him, and I might as well go for the Earthquake. I probably should have gone for the Dragon Claw, just in case he wanted to go back into Giratina predicting the stab Earthquake. But I'm glad it works out that way, and that he decides to either A, leave it in, or just, B, over-predicted, something like that. He left it in, it died, that's all I really care about. Brings in his Mewtwo. I'm thinking I'm at a decent amount of health to maybe take a, an Ice Beam or something like that. But then again, I should have remembered that I shouldn't have been able to from that range of health. I think someone commented on a mosh pit that I needed like 90% or something like that. Or the opponent did. But the thing is, he gets a crit Psychic, completely surpassing any thought process I would have had for it in the first place. And he reveals to me he has dual stab with Psychic and Side Strike. Side Strike does not take me out because it actually turns out to be weaker, and I'm actually going to end up... actually, no, it's stronger. Never mind. Forget what I just said. I was thinking of Psy Shock for a second. But I take him out with a Specs Blue Flare. I love using this thing. I don't get to use it enough, but you'll see just how powerful it is. He brings in Blaziken thinking he's relatively safe to take a fire move, you know, possibly get a speed boost off of this. And the question I have to ask him is, do you resist fire, you know, right? At least that's what I thought. I mean, that's a base 150 spec attack. It's a pretty powerful move in itself, pretty powerful stab coming off a pretty powerful poke, boosted even more with specs. It just does so much damage, guys. It's a lot. I've done like a really sizable chunk to Kyogre too, even though it's a resisted hit. But I'm gonna go into Skyman as soon as it dies, and you know, just hit him with an air slash. That turns out to be crit, so that right off the bat, that actually tells me that he's bulky. Do get a crit flinch here, but he can easily surpass it with Shadow Sneak. And Skyman is not exactly the most, the best thing, you know, to be taking hits, so I won't be taking too many more of these Shadow Snakes. I don't think I have Hidden Power Ice on this thing anymore because I took it off for growth. Kind of came back to bite me in the ass a little bit too. But he's left with a little, you know, nublet of health. I might as well just go into my Rayquaza here, and I think I just ended up taking him out with the Shadow Claw. So, or the not the Shadow Claw, the Dragon Claw. He has Shadow Claw, or sometimes he does. Maybe I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking he would Shadow Sneak me before that, and then Dragon Claw. So I ended up winning that one. I forget what the score is, but it was pretty interesting. Had the sound effects going on in the back of this one. So let me know what you guys think. It's probably not going to be a permanent thing, unless you guys, you know, really enjoy it. So let me know any feedback you kind of have for that kind of thing. Just kind of a weird, unusual, slower game today. And that'll do it out of me. I'm kind of just, you know, trying to recover from this whole thing I got going on. So I should be, I'm thinking I might be feeling better by Friday or Saturday. Just today, better, but not 100%. So we'll deal with that. However, I decided to deal with that. No stream today just because I'm not really feeling all my best. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.